Welcome back to Knuckles Mania and Finale at Knuckles, featuring Knuckles from the Knuckles Made Knuckles series.
Ugh.
Why don't you play a real Sonic game like Knuckles Chaotix for the Sega 32X?
Okay.
What exactly is the process of knuckling as a verb?
I have, well, probably something lewd, but...
It's knuckles, not fisting the echidna.
It could be
here's
if
the
you try
thing.
hard enough.
Here's the thing that I just noticed that kind of bugs me now that I've noticed it. The, level transition for this, you know how you're spinning on the elevator thing? It's the one elevator thing in the game that doesn't have a track attached to it.
I more noticed like the little stutter when the game was loading the second half, but you know, whatever. Like,
Was that
you
the
know,
game, or was that
it's...
your-
But that's
You see,
not
that's
deep.
something that bothers me about Mania in general, is that it tries to do those Sonic 3 level transitions, but a lot of them are really kind of half-assed, and some of them just don't even exist. You know, it's a little bit more prominent in the beginning of the game, where you just teleport from Angel Island to Green Hill, and then teleport from Green Hill to Chemical Plant, and it's just like, okay. But, you know, it's just one of those things where that was a neat little detail in Sonic 3,
Yeah.
Granted,
It
it's
was
a
a
little
neat
bit
detail,
harder to
but,
do
you know,
in a
they
game
kinda-
where you have to
they-
slapdash a bunch of different levels from different games together.
The game
so.
kind of shot itself in the foot when it decided it wanted to have locations from 4 different geographical places in the Sonic universe, all in the same game. Because, okay, yeah, it's great to have levels from all these games, but it also means that you're trying to transition very frequently between South Island, West Side Island, Angel Island, and Little Planet.
Yeah, it's one of those things where at the very least, like, the transitions in Sonic 3 always kind of made sense, I guess. Like you get blown up and you fall into Hydrocity. If I remember correctly, I don't think you fall in from anywhere when you get to Hydrocity.
You just fall.
You just start the level
yeah,
falling.
the screen
for
goes
some
to black
reason.
and you start the level up in the waterfall. It's like, what?
Yeah, so...
Why?
Like, I mean, you have to start the level like that, because that's a defining aspect of Hydrocity Zone, is that you start from by falling down.
You know what's bizarre about that transition, though? Okay, they wanted to have that transition so badly that when the transition happens, the enemies down in the water are gone. But when you load up the level normally, there are 2 enemies down in the water that aren't there the first time you play the level.
Huh.
Is this just Mania,
Might be
or
a
in the
loading
original
error?
Sonic 3?
It's just Mania, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
Because in the original Sonic 3, you get that transition when you load up your save file as well.
Oh, okay.
It's so strange, though. Like, why? Why?
What are you trying to tell me, Sonic?
What are your secrets? How do your games be?
They're secretly held together by toothpaste and toothpicks.
How are you still alive?
Anyway,
It said at the beginning of the game yesterday that you blew up, and you're just fine. You're gonna ruin all that drama, Sonic. Jeez.
Anyway, Lava Reef Zone Act 2 is one of the other levels in this game where Knuckles has a lot of exclusive content going on for him. He has quite a few areas that only he can reach, some levels that he and Tails can reach, but are obviously designed more for Knuckles than Tails. And, well, he also has an exclusive boss fight with the best cutscene in the game.
Shouldn't the
Agreed.
game end
Yep.
after this though, and we miss the last like 4 levels of content?
Nope.
Oh, that's how it is in Sonic 3. Worst game ever. I demand less content in my Knuckles run.
Oh. Okay, randomly ran into that secret ring. Cool.
They're a lot less satisfying to find when you already have all the Chaos Emeralds, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a free 50 rigs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's less. It's like, oh, I found this, rather than, ooh, I found this. You know, it's a different reaction mentally.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's always nice because in case like I have a real horrible luck with special stages in one run, then I got tons of contingency plans.
Well, you know, Knuckles' story and Sonic and Knuckles ending too soon to like without a proper Sky Sanctuary and without Death Egg Zone. It's satisfying in a way because it's not only did he have like his own unique boss fights or twists on the boss
Wait,
fights,
Knuckles
he
can fly?
also-
He can glide up?
Yeah.
What madness is this?
You've seen the Sonic OVA.
Yeah.
No,
Not only
there he
did-
just floats. There's a difference.
Not only did Knuckles have his own, like, souped-up boss fights all over the place, he also the fact that he didn't have a proper Sky Sanctuary Zone fit in with continuity because the proper level, the rest of Sky Sanctuary kind of fell apart during Sonic's game. So the fact that it's not there...
Did they just forget about level down here?
Nope, I forgot to jump.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because you could have actually just avoided the goddamn death trap because you were already Super Knuckles anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, this is the place
but this is the
where
death trap.
before they inserted the Super Knuckles button, you would be forced to transform if you happened to cross the 50 ring threshold before you hit that that wall. But yeah. It's also interesting to see the old school Hidden Palace come back after it's been established in the adventure games that the Master Emerald is magically
just on
this outdoor random stone pedestal thing for some
They're
reason.
Also, we
different
finally have an
continuities now, Ryan, Lewis.
We also have an explanation for why the Super Emeralds are thinking.
What, they're broken?
Yeah.
It depresses me.
What, they're just broken?
that they're broken. You know what though? I notice how the Master Emerald is significantly bigger than it was in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so my headcanon is that the Master Emerald drained the Super Emerald to increase in size.
Okay, so you only
Potentially,
fight
yeah.
this guy when you do a Knuckles playthrough, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. You know,
Yeah, it's a little weird.
yeah, because he's like their leader and stuff, so I honestly did feel like it was a missing fight, you know?
Yeah, they kind of just threw in Heavy Rider in the Sonic fight, in the Sonic boss, and then...
Well,
Heavy
Knuckles doesn't
King
fight
got
Heavy
to fight
Rider,
Knuckles.
so...
Yeah, well, there's six heavies, and there's 4 original zones, and they wanted...
No, there's 5 heavies.
There's
I think.
5?
I think there is.
Well, I know that there's one too many heavies. Oh yeah, there is 5 because they throw one of them randomly into Lava Reef, and I always counted Metal King for Titanic Monarch. So yeah, okay. So yeah, they just kind of ran out of levels to put the heavies in. But yeah, that is kind of a random place to fight him, I guess. And the Master Emerald's just fine now, I suppose.
No, yeah, 6. There are 6. I wasn't counting Heavy King.
Oh,
God.
okay. So, I don't know if any of us actually know, though. Whatever. I'm just gonna assume that from now on, Knuckles just keeps the Master Emerald stuck up his ass where nobody else can grab it.
The thing has... How many different sizes has the Master Emerald been portrayed in over the years? I'm pretty sure there were, like, 2 different sizes in Sonic Adventure 2, a completely different size in Sonic Adventure 1. There's the Sonic 3 and Knuckles version, and now there's the Sonic...
Even
Mania.
then, its biggest size in SA2 was nowhere near its size in SA1.
In SA,
It was biggest in SA1.
yeah, it was biggest in
Yeah.
SA1. In SA2, there's like the size that's kind of supposed to be the SA1 size, but it's just smaller because otherwise it would completely block your view in all the cutscenes. And then there's the I'm gonna pull it out of my ass size, where they just
in the Final Hazard cutscene.
yeah, where it's like even smaller than Chaos Emeralds there for some reason. I love that game, but some things just don't make sense. What the hell is this singer supposed to be saying in this?
Nobody knows the...
You listen to the lyric
it's
sheet?
nice.
Hold on, I'll spell it out here right now.
Better or worse than Sonic Rush?
Porky Pig.
Times 3.
So Porky Pig's performing this, John?
Okay,
Yeah, in a sense. And Ted, you know, you can at least hear the lyrics.
Yeah,
in
but
Rush.
what is
How many
okay? And
times
back
are you
to
gonna-
back, what is he saying? Stop, stop.
No, it's saying back to back. It's spinning on a.
I don't even hear the
Spinning
spinning.
out
I hear you know.
okay. This is another point to Freedom Planet. There's at least one track in that game with lyrics sort of like this, but they are actual lyrics, and in the soundtrack, because I bought that, there's an English version and a Japanese version.
I don't understand why there's 2 versions of this.
Of in Freedom Planet.
Well, because there's a Japanese version for the Japanese version of the game.
Well, it's I think it's more just a call back to games from that era where they would have Japanese and English differences. You know.
Well, no, it's a Japanese version because the lyrics are Japanese lyrics. The soundtrack just has all of the music, even the beta version music. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I think the only track in the sound. I know which one you're talking about. I forgot the name of the stage, but yeah, it has an English intro and it has a Japanese intro. But it's like, why bother going to make 2 different languages for it. I mean, where's my German intro? Where's my French
Because
intro?
because they will only ever make the English and
Yeah,
Japanese
nobody's
versions.
actually German.
Well, it's just one of those things where these games were made in Japan a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Like Freedom Planet isn't, but it's calling back to an era where the games were made in Japan and their biggest audience other than Japan was the United States. And other languages just had to get by with what they got, you know? Like, England
Yeah.
is lucky because they also speak English, but, like, you speak Spanish or French, screw you. You get the English version. Sucks to be you, kid. Okay, so, question. Is this song based off the Japanese version or the American version of Sonic CD? In this game. In
What?
Mania,
All of the-
is
What?
the
What do you mean?
music based
All of the
Mania's music is based
all
off
of
the
the
Japanese
Sonic CD
soundtrack.
music in this game is based on the Japanese version. Yeah.
because everybody just agrees for some reason that Japanese is better, you weebs.
Well, the Japanese soundtrack is
Okay,
better, yeah.
weeb.
Overall, yeah.
Mr. Weeb.
There's
Which is not to say, like, I actually do enjoy a number of the American tracks, but just not on the same level.
Sonic Boom is better than You Can Do Anything. I'm sorry, it just is.
No, I agree there.
well, I also really like the American.
Oh no!
I also really like the American version of Stardust Speedway.
Nah, that's forgettable for me. I can't even hum it.
Oh.
Maybe the Bad Future version, but that's about it.
Didn't they remix the American version of Metal Sonic's theme for Forces? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. See, that's like if you have to have two rehash games in the same year, which you really don't, Sega. But that at least split up your
They
nostalgia.
already did that in Generations.
Yeah.
It actually does seem like apart from Green Hill, the levels are mostly original in Forces.
Nope, they've got a not chemical plant.
Yeah, they have,
Oh.
they have not Chemical Plant and not Casino Night.
Oh.
Well, the Casino
Yeah.
Night one is a little bit better because
The Casino Night
A
is
little
like,
bit, but it's still trying very hard to be Casino Night.
well, the
Casino
problem
Night
isn't
is-
that it's trying to be Casino Night. Its problem is that there's 15,000 casino levels in Sonic, and I'm tired of it. Is it?
Yeah, it's trying to be an original casino level trope, but it's kind of, well, I have to see the level in its entirety in order to tell how successful.
This commentary is already outdated because this part will be up after Sonic Forces comes out.
Wait, did you just skip the mini laser?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about these shrinky sections? If you die and you hit a checkpoint while you're shrunk, you respawn at full size.
Yeah, I believe they just put another laser right in front of every checkpoint just to like counteract that. If I
No,
remember.
they didn't.
They didn't. Oh,
There are places where if you die during a shrinky section, you lock yourself out of special exclusive paths that you can only access while you're shrunk.
huh. Okay.
So don't die.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was enjoying the music.
Oh, you were Mr. Oh, I like the Supersonic theme. The last time we did this.
So the Supersonic theme is great in this game, but I also like the rest of the soundtrack.
Yeah, I know.
Look at Chibi Super Knuckles.
I will give them some credit in that they actually made me kind of like Metallic Madness in this game. I'm not a fan of its level design in Sonic CD. Well, I'm not a fan of much of the level design in Sonic CD, but Metallic Madness in particular was really boring to me. It also had the most bullshit Act 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. You see, I've played so little Sonic CD. I forgot that game even had Act 3s, which is just a terrible idea in general.
The Act 3 for Sonic CD was this short little act where you went through a short platforming section and then you fought the boss. The platforming
With
section,
one of the game's only bottomless pit, and it's
yeah,
obnoxious.
I think it may be the only bottomless pit in the game.
Hey,
don't you-
Hey, Knuckles, how come you get to say big?
Don't
Also-
talk to me or my son ever again.
This is another trophy that I swear to God I don't know what triggers it, but like you're supposed to get as many of the gacha capsules out without destroying any of them as you can.
Yeah.
I made the tremendous tactical error of trying to do this as Knuckles, who can't jump as high.
It's probably easier to do as Tails.
Yeah, it's really easy to do as Tails. But the thing is, I got it without getting them all out, and it was like after 6 attempts, and I'm not sure what triggered it. Ugh.
You know, you didn't even really jump on that. so I'm not sure why it counted.
I don't care. Got it done.
Well done, son. Thanks, son.
Also, here's a question.
Good job, son. Me.
Here's a question. Why do the Amy dolls not ignore Knuckles and Tails?
Well, because Tails is just so cute and fluffy.
Knuckles has that bad boy. No, I can't even.
I'm just like, I want to think that Eggman was so dedicated to making Amy as realistic as possible that he programmed in Amy's inability to recognize Sonic from other people.
That would be an alarming attention to detail, yes. So what if Eggman put an Amy doll, like a life-size Amy doll, would she sneak up behind it and then hug and think it's Sonic?
She's never mistaken Knuckles for Sonic, right?
No, she hasn't.
Oh yeah, they look nothing alike.
You'd have to be pretty fucking blind. I mean, even worse than usual.
Dude, Silver
mistake Sonic
looks
for
less
Knuckles.
like Sonic than Knuckles does.
He's not wrong.
I understand this, but that's also 06. So.
So?
I mean, you can use the argument that Silver is a hedgehog, therefore, in universe he would look more like Sonic. But then you gotta know what
Wrong
an echidna
color,
is.
wrong hairstyle.
But the argument against that is that an echidna is basically a hedgehog anyway.
Yeah, it's about they're about as different as like a tortoise and a turtle, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Although that is one thing about SA2, like Sonic and Shadow look. No, they don't. They don't look anything like
They
each
look
other.
nothing like-
So I don't really get why everybody thought.
Let's see if what's world-renowned hero Sonic the Hedgehog. As we have this extreme close-up of Shadow's face, you can clearly tell it's not Sonic. Like, it would make sense if it was like, oh, we only have this very blurry footage of the bank, and you can just kind of barely tell what he looks like.
No, but they like Shadow
Yeah.
puts on his makeup, does a little pose for the camera, and people still can't tell that it's him.
Yeah, if it was Shadow with a Sonic wig on that one close up, I'd be laughing my ass off.
Yes, I'm
yeah,
Sonic.
like,
I'm
if
the coolest hedgehog and Toad.
I am who you call Sonic.
I'm the furthest
no,
thing
no.
alive.
Yeah, if it was like a distant camera shot, like
Yeah.
paint,
Or
like,
no,
like
no,
Evil Mario from Sunshine, but
or
nah.
like when they're trying to capture the Master Emerald from Knuckles in the second cutscene or the cutscene for the second level. It's just Shadow with that same disguise, and Knuckles looks over and says, "Oh, if it isn't my good pal Sonic."
Now, speaking of trophies, this act has one of the trophies that's actually kind of fun to go after. Professional Hedgehog. How did you get hit by that? Come on.
Explain the trophy.
Get through this act without getting hit. That's the trophy.
Well, it's a good thing I'm an echidna, not a hedgehog.
Now, here's the catch, okay? Losing a shield counts as getting hit.
Oh,
You can use Supersonic to cheese the trophy, but you have to do it without getting the shield. So, you have to at least get to 50 rings and transform without getting hit. Ryan, are you timing this on purpose?
That was sheer coincidence.
That would be an achievement because you recorded this in the past.
See, I'm looking at all these notes here, and every session has an underline. Fuck Lewis.
Yep. I think that'll be the title of this part then. Professional Lewis.
They don't get flagged. Oh, okay. I was
Speaking
gonna
of,
say fuck Lewis. We're gonna get flagged.
speaking of dicking with you, Titanic Monarch Act 1 has a lot of places where the game is designed to make it look like it's about to shoot you into a spike on the wall as a cheap shot, but then the moment you get there, a spring springs out and knocks you in the other direction.
it's almost like they know that that's really annoying every time it happens.
Yeah, it's a meta joke, but it's also like, why did Eggman put the springs there?
You see, that's why Dimps.
He's hoping Sonic dies of heart attack.
You see, this is why Dimps. The Dimps games are the best because they have the most realistic stage designs. Of course, Eggman would put bottomless pits and spikes everywhere, and enemies that he wouldn't be able to see coming. Although, if we're thinking about this logically, then of course Sonic would be able to see it coming because he can see farther than the screen, looking forward. But
Unfortunately for us, we can't see in 3 dimensions.
have you guys Have you guys seen, I think, the College Humor video where they try to have people drive a car with third person?
Third person,
and they can't do it.
And for some reason, they can't do it. Yeah.
I think like hands down, my favorite camera perspective trick in a video game ever is the fact that the only reason that you can see these super mutants that are hiding out in one of the areas in the original Fallout is because of the isometric camera angle. Because you can clearly see them standing in this back room because you can see through the ceiling. And they're just hiding out in this one ghoul village.
Again, I love Titanic Monarch for how it incorporates the Electric Spheres and Metropolis Zone bumpers, but I also feel this level wasn't play tested enough because if there's one major complaint I hear throughout a lot of people that play this game is that they unintentionally get crushed to death.
Yeah, honestly, this is my least favorite level in the entire game. It drags to me. I don't think it's fun to go. Like it's not satisfyingly difficult, and it's not fun, just standard fun to go through. It's just tedious to me.
Honestly, you know, I'll give Sonic Mania a backhanded plus for this. That the most tedious time that I've ever had with a level in this game is still more fun than the most tedious time that I've had in any of the other games.
Yeah, I think I could definitely say that throughout this playthrough, I have never felt like, oh, this is definitely the Sandopolis, of the game. I mean, Titanic Monarch definitely is long, but it didn't feel long.
Oh, it definitely felt long for me. Like,
I know.
When your time goes to 8-9 minutes, that's long. You know,
it's just like
this is Hero's length at some points.
It's just that like there's never really a Marble Zone. There's never really a Sandopolis Zone, and there's never really a Metropolis Zone. So like there are places where the game is definitely not as fun as it is elsewhere, but there's also no real bad part to me, you know? So
like there's definitely I wouldn't say that there's any level that's straight up terrible. I will agree there, but I also don't find the highs.
Every classic game has that one zone you don't look forward to because of just how much of a pain in the ass it is. And the closest is Titanic Monarch, but one, it is the final zone, so it's expected to be a little harder. But you know, still, it has a bit of its faults.
Really, again, it's not that there's any real super terrible part. It's just as someone who doesn't quite get the same zip from this game that everybody
Ryan,
else.
just use the platforms.
No, I'm Knuckles. I meant to do that.
To be fair, that was basically how my first playthrough of this level went, was just falling into that pit over and over and over again. So, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that thing just gave up.
Like how the tracking robot just
you
said,
know, I was
fuck that,
looking forward to
it,
our second run through this game being the playthrough where we didn't see so much super form, so we could actually show the game being played properly to contrast.
You should have told.
That was your fault for you relying on the super force so damn much.
I didn't have a super button at the time. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, blame the Sega or whoever for getting the patch out so late for console versions.
I know, but I was looking forward to this being the playthrough where we could do that because the super button is out and has been out for months.
Oh my gosh! Okay, you know what? Sonic fans don't know what they want. You were whining about no supersonic in levels for like 10 years, and now it's here. Oh, there's too much Sonic. Supersonic.
If you want your supersonic button playthrough of Sonic Mania, you can cache a Sonic Mania playthrough on
John,
SGB.
you don't. John,
wink, nudge,
you do this backwards. You plug your own stuff on BrainScratch instead of the other way around.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, because that way it's a win-win.
Also, you don't need the plugging, Johnny. Both of your channels already have way more subscribers than BSC
That's my point. You're supposed to plug us on
Ted.
you.
It's not a matter of not wanting supersonic in the game. It's a matter of it being a Let's Play problem. Specifically a Let's Play problem. Like, okay, in a regular-ass playthrough that I'm doing on my own goddamn time, I can elect to not get the Super or Chaos Emeralds if I want, or I can leave them for after my playthrough is finished, which is what I usually end up doing. But if I'm Let's Playing a game, there's a certain, like, almost contractual obligation to get as close to 100% as I can during the playthrough.
Not on BrainScratch. We don't do...
Or as early as possible, even.
Lewis, I cut out an entire fourth of Pikmin 2 because I couldn't be bothered. You don't
yeah,
need to
but
do shit.
that's a game you don't like. It's okay if it's a game you don't like. If it's a game you like, you have to show off.
Oh no, I'm a dumbass. Apparently, I'm supposed to like Pikmin 2. It's the best game ever.
It is a point of pride. Okay, if you are Let's playing a Sonic game, you get the Chaos Emeralds ASAP.
Unless if it's Heroes, because screw that.
But not having the super button meant that obligation made the Let's Play less fun than it should have been to watch. Not necessarily to play, because I actually do enjoy blasting through the level as Supersonic. But then by the end of the actual commentary part...
Oops.
by the end of the actual commentary, it became a bit of a pain to watch, because all we were saying was Supersonic blasting through the game, and there was no...
Oh no, I don't... You see, I don't mind watching Supersonic go through the game quickly. I mind the music. That's what, like, it doesn't...
That's what we're getting at.
Well, I think Lewis is talking more about how Supersonic makes the platforming easier.
All I'm saying is that before we started this commentary, I was expecting the super button to be active for this playthrough of the game, and it's not, and I'm sad.
It's almost like it should have been in the game to begin with, so...
Oh look, he just lost all his rings, so
I'm honestly
actually
kind of surprised that you recorded it so far in advance, but then I remember, goddamn, the patch didn't come out until like a month after the PC release.
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't
I
until,
wanted to
like,
make sure I had it done because I
mid-September,
wasn't sure when we were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and this still isn't the most, like... I recorded Fire Emblem Awakening 3 years ago. So
we're still waiting to find a good time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I forgot we still had that on the back burner.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, granted, every part's like an hour, so I'm not surprised.
still
we
have
haven't
That's
done
going to be a weekend thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, the footage is so bad, I should probably just re-record it. But
it's fine.
Was it like an older 3DS capture card?
Yep,
or something?
it was before I realized that you could record the 3DS with Twitch, and it made my life. That would have saved me probably like 200 gigabytes of hard drive space.
Wait, what? You can record
Oh, not through Twitch, through XSplit. Sorry.
Yeah, through XSplit.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess I could stream it on Twitch and then use those videos
Then
again for the RAWs if I really wanted to.
It's a very roundabout way of recording video games.
I mean, I guess.
Man. People who regularly do 3DS Let's Plays and reviews, those are the dedicated ones, because you have to jump through so many hoops to get recordings.
I fucking hate it. Like, can I just say, real talk, I fucking hate recording 3DS games, or DS games for that matter, because there is always audio synchronization issues.
You know, it's one of the. It's also really annoying trying to find a layout that works for the damn thing, especially 3DS, because the 3DS top screen isn't exactly 16:9, and the bottom screen isn't exactly 4:3, and trying to not have too much negative space when trying to put them together is...
No, Ryan! What are you doing? Are you just trying to finish the game? Like, you don't care anymore?
And platforms too slow.
Lewis, did it ever look like Ryan cared to begin with? You saw how he fought the first boss, right? And, like, every other boss immediately after that,
Oh, man. I'm sorry, but tanking damage to get through a level faster is one thing, but that was spin dashing directly into a crush hazard. just sorry. That was the most hilarious death I've ever seen in a Sonic game.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, you got a really
no, I
that,
think
right?
no. The most hilarious. It still goes to Sonic Genesis, where John got crushed by only one pillar.
Okay, I
got crushed by breathing air wrong.
I amend my statement. The most hilarious death in a good Sonic game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you've also seen how you died in Sonic 06 by getting shot to the moon.
Wow.
Silver.
It was worth 2 playthroughs just for this, because you guys got on my ass for not tanking damage in this boss fight.
Yeah, because you can finish it 3 minutes faster by doing it that way.
Yeah, and now we get to see how awkward and unfun it looks when you do that.
Yeah, but it's faster, which is more important. This is Sonic the Hedgehog, not Bubsy.
Mario.
As I said before, if you manage to break a tentacle after every cycle, you can ignore the heavies altogether.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog, which means you gotta be fast and you gotta look cool. It's kind of like Devil May Cry in that sense. So, like, yeah, technically in Devil May Cry, get the counter out, you can beat things faster.
You know, we haven't brought the counter out in like a good couple of commentaries, and you just brought it up all willing. I think what you're secretly saying is that you want to fuck that counter.
Well, you can beat some things faster by just wailing your sword at it in DMC, and
That sounded very lewd.
With Dante, it probably was an innuendo, okay? But
Wait, so guys, are we saying that our Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles run of Sonic Mania features Dante from the Devil May Cry series?
All I'm saying is that you can use the lamest tactics in Devil May Cry to beat certain enemies faster, but you don't necessarily want to because it defeats the point of the game.
How did that blade not hit you? Then I realized that then I was mistaken. It hit Knuckles, not Knuckles.
Now I like the not true ending to this boss fight.
Yeah.
Because there's this special animation where the final boss cracks open like an egg and drops Eggman out of it, and he throws a hissy fit. And
if you do a no save thing of Knuckles and get all the Chaos Emeralds, you actually it has to be. I think it's asked to be Knuckles and Knuckles.
Yeah, it has to be.
And you do get sent to the actual super boss.
Yeah. And it's great because they programmed it in so that Knuckles' gliding animation was this flying animation here, so you actually do get to play.
So
as you
can't fight this even if you get all the Chaos Emeralds on
a save, yeah.
Dun da 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 da. Oh, you're not flying. You're staying on the ground. That makes my joke pointless. Come on.
I like how you can have more than
fly.
60 seconds in the timer.
I also like how they programmed it in so that Knuckles' dropping from a glide animation also triggers when he's falling from his flight. Although it looks a bit weird when he's spinning around after hitting something. Because he's in his glide animation, he's spinning around, and it looks so unnatural.
Honestly, I don't really like the visual design of either of the final bosses here.
Well, we mentioned in the first run through that Eggman's mech is basically just big arms just tattered together.
Yeah, it has bandages and all over the arms and everything. It's very last minute. But at the end of the day, I think the ultimate reason as to why this is a little underwhelming because Mania is, at the end of the day, a tie-in to Forces.
Kind of.
It is not entirely a duology, I want to say, but one definitely leads into the other.
It's trying to... They kind of shoehorned in a little bit to try and explain why classic Sonic is in Forces, even though we all know it's because Generations did well.
Honestly, I would have rather the two things be separate because...
I agree.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we've talked about this before, but we don't need two classic Sonic callbacks for an anniversary thing, we can have one be a modern and one be a classic, And
I get the distinct impression that it's not necessarily a decision they made for good game design so much as, okay, classic Sonic's really, really popular in the West.
By the way, we didn't have time to do a joke here for this ending image because John was super busy with tons of other stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
I could draw something for you. You could put at the end of the commentary.
Well, do you have time to?
I believe so. The only reason why I didn't make it is because you didn't tell me we were doing this so soon.
I gave you a month's head notice.
No, you said you had it on the back burner just in case. You didn't say that we were going to record it. It's your fault, Ryan. It's your fault.
Whatever. Fine. If John has the time, he'll do it real quick, and then he'll actually put it there, making my commentary completely invalidated.
At BrainScratch Commentaries.
Well, John and Ryan kiss and make up. Tune in next time to find out.
Does the S in BSC stand for sellout?
Is BrainScratch sitcom still doing original posts, or is it all BrainScratch reruns?
I'm pretty sure it's BrainScratch reruns, and they upload the same rerun 5 times a day. So...
I'll wait for the Blu-ray.